So thanks for coming, and hopefully a couple other people can catch this in a little bit. I just am going to tell a little bit about why I love Plexus and how I got involved, and then Brenda's going to share a little bit of her story and a little bit about some of the products, and then we can have some questions, and so that's the plan. I heard about Plexus from Brenda, actually. Oh, goodness, a long, long time ago on Facebook. Maybe, is it like 3 years or something?
3 years for me, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So a long time ago. And I was probably like a lot of people and just ignored her for like, I don't know, a year. And I was like, you know what, maybe there's something to this. Like, I kept watching, some of the stuff that she was posting about health and nutrition, and some of the different stories were really starting to click with me. Like, the more that I learned about gut health and how important blood sugar can be to your health. So anyway, eventually, I found myself telling so many other people about Plexus products that I thought, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to be compensated for that, right? Like, why should I do that for free? So anyway, plus I wanted to try some of the products and have some of my family try some of the products. So I started off with the goal of being able to try a few of the products and to pay for them, because I knew that my husband would not be on board with paying anything extra, anything. It didn't matter what it would be, much less a supplement that he wasn't. That was a year and a half ago, and I definitely never want to live without the gut health products from Plexus. There's a probiotic and a cleanse, like the best ever. And every single person in my family is taking them, and it just has helped so much. It's helped me with allergy issues. It's helped with a lot of constipation issues. Tons of us had constipation issues. We're still working on my husband's gut health, but I have a lot of hope that it's going to keep improving. And then there's, I really like Plexus Slim too. That's another product she'll talk about that just helps with blood sugar, and I just feel a lot better on it. And I'm sure that's what you'll hear from a lot of people. And sleep better and great things like that. So that's my story in a nutshell. Ever since the second month, I've been able to pay for our products. And at this point, we're getting a lot. So that's not like something to sniff at. And plus some. So at this point, I'm able to put the extra into savings, which my husband is really, really happy about. Because we just had to get a whole new roof this summer. Yay. So we need to build back up. So I'm glad that I can contribute to that. That's really, really helpful. So I'm going to let Brenda tell her story a little bit and some of the products.
Okay, awesome, Chris. I actually want to hear from you about what you spend on products every month, because I think it's important to know when you say you're getting a lot of products and you're getting paid well, give us a number.
Well, if I could, in a perfect world, I would probably buy even more products just because I love them so much. But if I'm buying enough of the gut health products for all of us and enough for Plexus Slim for the adults, it's about $500 a month. And then I have a couple hundred more, if not more than that, to put into savings. So.
Okay, great. And I love hearing that, because I've been one who has been aware of natural health products and have used them for our family for years and years, 10, 15 years. And I was spending close to that on just myself every month without hardly any results. And by the way, we have 11 children, so I know what it's like to spend a lot on natural supplements when you're trying to help your family be healthy. And our goal is to avoid the doctor as much as possible, to learn how to get to root issues in our health. So, in the past, our family has dealt with things like asthma type symptoms. We had 4 of them diagnosed with asthma, and gut problems. So those are kind of the issues that we were dealing with. And so I had learned through cleaning up our diet and natural supplements how to deal with a lot of that, and at least stay away from the doctors and medications. But for myself, I had just kept kind of going downhill after about baby number 9 or 10. I just didn't pop back like I used to. And I was blessed with good health. I was a very energetic, upbeat person. You know, I had babies every 2 years. And by the time I got pregnant again, I was ready for it. And I was blessed, very blessed to be able to get through all that very healthy until about the last 2 or 3. I noticed that I was feeling more fatigued. I was feeling almost depressed, and that really bothered my husband because he's like, you're not a depressed person. That's so really alarming to him that I would be talking so negatively and had such a bleak outlook on life, because I'm totally 100% secure in Christ and my future. And I love my family. I felt so blessed, but why did I feel so constantly overwhelmed? And my mood wasn't what it should be. I was stressed with the kids. And I knew there was something deeper with my health that I wasn't getting to. So that's kind of where the point I was at when I was introduced to Plexus. And I was like Chris, very skeptical. I'm like, yeah, right. It's supposed to be a cure-all. There's always somebody toting the next new wow product. And then it was with a network marketing company, which we always tried to avoid. But it was for my best friend. And so I did kind of have to take a look. And mostly for her sake, I tried it. Just because I knew if she recommended it, she wanted me to try it, I was willing to try it for her sake. Really didn't have any expectations. But as an exhausted mama who was on the couch every afternoon and who couldn't hardly sleep at night, you know, it's that vicious cycle of couldn't get to sleep when I got to bed, finally got to sleep, then I'd wake up early morning hours, wide awake, and my mind would just spin, and then I would finally get to sleep again when it was time for the kids to start waking up, and I'm homeschooling, and that just wasn't working. I decided I'll try just the pink drink, because I was really snobby about our probiotics, because I thought you had to use only an expensive, like $60 to $100 bottle of probiotic for it to work, and that was what I was currently taking. You could have asked me if it worked. I could have never told you any results I was getting from it, but I was still taking it because it was supposed to be a good probiotic. Okay, so within 2 to 3 weeks of taking the pink drink only, my family was the first to say, yes, I think this stuff is working, because they said my mood improved. They said I was less stressed out. I wasn't overwhelmed at everything. I didn't sigh so much. And I would be up in the middle of the afternoon in the kitchen, and when they would come in, they're like, Mom, you're not on the couch. You know, they started noticing those things. I couldn't have said, oh, I'm noticing a lot of improvement here. I saw the value of the products. I got so excited when I saw that this was something unique. There is nothing on the market to naturally balance blood sugar like our product does, with such beautiful, clean ingredients, sweetened with stevia, something I could recommend for a baby. It's so safe and clean. But I didn't think I noticed much. Finally, at about month 2, I could say, okay, this stuff is working for me. I don't have those crashes. I feel like myself again. At about month 3 or 4, I was amazed that my cycles came and went, and I hardly knew it. No PMS. My husband was kind of bummed. He couldn't tease me about that anymore. Just little by little, those things started happening. And within 5 to 6 months, I look back and I'm like, who was that person that was
It hiccuped. She's in the car, so I'm guessing the connection got.
recession hit. My husband was a custom kitchen cabinet builder, and we weren't getting the jobs anymore, and so we had a lot of financial struggles during that time, and that took its toll on me. Stress exhausts your adrenals, and I didn't realize how tied in that was to blood sugar. So that's why the pink drink was amazing for me. And then I had, like I said, I was on this amazing expensive probiotic because I knew I needed digestive health. I was never diagnosed, but I probably could have been diagnosed with IBS. It seemed like I was always on the extreme of either really loose or constipated for days. And then I would have terrible gurgling and bloating and, just discomfort constantly. And I would try really strict anti-yeast diet to try gluten-free. I tried so many things, and this was the first thing that helped when I tried this ProBio 5. As skeptical and stubborn as I was, I decided to take it. And I called my friend and I said, have you been telling people about this ProBio 5? It's amazing. It's the first thing that's helped me have a calm, quiet, happy gut. I can eat anything and it's just amazing. It's like, no, that's too cheap. That stuff won't work. You have to have a really expensive one. And I'm like, try it, just try it. And of course, we both discovered it has been life-changing for so many people. So that's kind of my story. Again, I could go on and on because, like I said, I have this huge history of studying, researching natural health, trying so many things, spending hundreds of dollars a month. And for $109.95, I got my triplex. My life turned around. I feel 25 years younger. And my husband, my children, we all have stories. My husband's quick story is that he had chronic shoulder muscle pain for 20 some years, that massage therapists and chiropractors were stumped at what to do for him. And that is gone because our products address inflammation and address that horrible yeast in your gut. And bam, it sounds too good to be true, but it's because we finally have something that gets to root issues naturally. So Chris, what else do you want us to share?
Why don't you just talk about the three main products and or just some of your favorite products more specifically?
Okay, so the ones that Chris and I have both covered that have helped us the most is called the Triplex Combo. The three that make the most difference. Our pink drink, which is slim, and then the two gut health products that need to be married. They should not be separated. They need to go hand in hand. It's our probiotic, which is phenomenal because of the amazing enzymes in it. Yeah, it's kind of like a three-way attack on the yeast in your gut. The enzymes are amazing, and then of course the lactobacillus and all the bacteria, the good bacteria in it, and then the antifungal grapefruit seed extract, grapeseed, there we are, extract in it. So then we have our Bio Cleanse, which is an amazing, gentle, daily cleanse to just oxygenates your colon, draws out the dead yeast and other toxins in your gut. For myself, like I mentioned, I was either constipated or really loose. It evened me out to where I have regular, steady elimination. Some of my friends call it beautiful elimination because when you don't have that working well, it's wonderful to get that to where it should be. So that's our Triplex Combo. And the other ones that I have found that has been amazing for me, especially as a tired mama, I was really depleted in my body. I needed the benefit of our X Factor vitamins. What makes that super special is that we have an aloe blend that helps your body absorb the vitamins like by 300 times better than a normal vitamin. Phenomenal. People who couldn't take multivitamins before because it was just too hard on their stomachs can take our X Factor. I call that the Fab Four, those four products. All of our products are they're non-GMO, most of them organic, clean, safe, truly natural. I highly recommend all of them. But for any of you guys that are just starting, start with the Triplex.
Yep, I agree. Do you want to talk a little bit about ordering options and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's what I love about Plexus. Like I said, we were so skeptical about getting involved with a network marketing company, but it turns out that the men who started our company were the same way. They had been involved in network marketing and direct sales their whole lives pretty much, and they didn't like the way it was normally done. They wanted it to be done fair, to where you could be a customer and have a good experience, or join as an ambassador, which Chris and I have, get wholesale price and get your products paid for in a very doable and fair way. Can you hear me okay? Okay, we're in my husband's diesel truck, and it feels so loud for me in here. So as a customer, you have a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you want to just try the products, I call it a 60-day trial because that's really what it is. You can get our Triplex, try it for 60 days and see what you think, because that's pretty much the average time that most people need. Some people with a little more severe health conditions often need maybe 3 or 4 months, but it's still really cool because you can still get your last 60 days money's worth back if you decide it's not for you. We do have an amazing 1 or 2% return rate. Our products do work. I just like the fact that people know that they can safely try it for 60 days and be risk-free at doing that. And then the wholesale price is honestly what so many people choose just because there's no obligations that come with it. You can join as an ambassador for $34.95. $34.95. That's good for a whole year. It's just kind of like a membership at Sam's Club or Costco, to where you can get wholesale price on all the products. And the other cool thing, like Chris said, when she joined, she actually went out and got several people trying the products and had her products paid for very, very quickly. And that's how she was able to continue keep getting them for her family. For myself, I mentioned the financial strain we were under, and so I looked at it as an opportunity for me as a stay-at-home homeschooling mom of 11 to actually build a business for our family. Our goal was to be debt-free and build a bigger house. And God answered that prayer tremendously. And 3 years later, that's exactly what we were experiencing, because Plexus is doing it right. Do not be afraid to join our company. You will never get, what's the word, Chris? There's no gotchas or gimmicks that go with it. So I always tell people, just decide. Do you want to just try it for 60 days as a customer, or you just want to get the best price and love the products and tell others about it too?
Yeah, that's great. And if you have more questions specifically about that, right now we can take a few questions if somebody has something specific you want to ask, or we can just, that's something that we could do in other ways too if you don't want to ask in a public format. So go ahead if you have a question.
I can't think of anything right now.
Okay.
But I could definitely message you later.
Yeah. And one option would be for actually Brenda and I and whoever else has questions to all get on like a group Facebook message and just all answer questions that way. That's a really good way to do that. So.
Yeah, Chris is pretty smart at this. She's learned a lot. She's doing great. She's actually a gold ambassador with Plexus, which means she's got a good team under her. She knows her stuff. But once in a while, she gets stumped and she comes to me for questions. I sometimes just get stumped, and I ask my friend who's been in a little bit longer than me. So that's what I'm here for, is to support her and you guys if you have any further questions. But I really encourage you to try this. What most of my family and friends, especially with autoimmunity and ongoing chronic issues, or just tired mamas, have found was that they tried so many things and they feel like now like they wasted so much money when Plexus is so affordable and is kind of like the best thing out there. And I don't say that because I sell it because it is.
That's a good way to put it. I like that. All right. Well, I think we'll call that good. Thanks so much, Brenda, for telling your story. I love hearing it every time. And let's just keep the conversation going. If you have more questions, be sure to message me or whatever you need to do, and I will be ready to answer. So thanks, Brenda, for your time, and thanks for coming, Janelle, and someone else that I don't know, but thanks for coming. And
yeah, it was great.